friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Adele and today I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to bullet journal for those of you who are still new to bullet journaling or if you just want some more advice on how to start your own. So these tips are kind of just things that I have gathered throughout my year now, almost a year in February, of bullet journaling. So if you're a beginner or you're still new to bullet journaling or you want to start your own, anything like that, these tips are for you. Hopefully they help you figure out some ideas about how you want to do your own. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journaling playlist. I will link it down below as well as up here and at the end of the video. So my first tip, which is probably why you're here, is to find inspiration. It's super easy to find pictures of people's own bullet journals on Pinterest or Instagram, even Tumblr, or YouTube. People have their Plan With Me videos. I do those as well. Just make sure you kind of have an idea of the spreads that you want to use and how you want to set it up. Again, it's super easy to find inspiration. It is everywhere and you can always make your own as well. Different people are always going to do their spreads differently, so you're going to find a lot of ideas. And this kind of leads me into my second tip, which is find what works for you. There are so many different spreads and layouts and ideas out there on bullet journaling. Don't forget to just experiment and try new things. You have to find what works for you because there are so many different things and people are always going to do things differently, and what works for someone else might not work for you. So don't get discouraged or upset when something that someone else did just doesn't work for you, because that will happen. I have had many spreads that I've tried because I found it on Pinterest or on YouTube and they just did not work for me, and so I just had to scrap it and try something else next month. My third tip is to use pencil first. Trust me, you will not get everything right the first time. I still use pencil to trace out what I'm drawing or writing. It's really a lot of work to keep everything even. You have to count the dots or the grids or whatever you're using to make everything even and centered. And you don't really want to mess up because you have to go back and fix it or leave it and it looks messy and it's just not fun. Always use pencil first. You can go back and erase it or draw over it with pen or marker or whatever you use. Just please don't go in head first and just start drawing with pen, because you can't erase it and then you might mess up and it's no fun. My fourth tip is to know that you don't need all of those fancy supplies that a lot of people who do bullet journaling for a long time, you don't need the same supplies that they use. Of course, if you really want to, you can start with those or work your way up and get those. That's what I did when I started. I did not have all the fancy notebooks and markers and pens that a lot of people use, and that's completely okay. Just start with what you can. You don't need all of those fancy supplies. All you need to start a bullet journal is a notebook and a pen or pencil. Just don't let that stop you from starting a bullet journal. If you really want to start one now, but you're like, well, I don't have all of the supplies that other people use and I don't have the money to buy these expensive, nice things. Don't let that stop you. That is completely fine. Just start with what you have. You can work your way up if you really like it and you want to keep going, which again, some people don't even really like bullet journaling. They find that it's just not what they prefer. They prefer pre-made planners or something else. I'm saying just don't let that stop you from trying it out. And my fifth and final tip is to keep it simple. Usually as a beginner with bullet journaling, you're not quite sure where to go or what you want to do with it, but you see all these fancy spreads that other people do and you really want to recreate them, which is fine, and I get it because they look so nice. But when you're first starting, I recommend that you keep it simple and not do anything too crazy. When you're first starting, you're trying to find what works for you and hiding that, not necessarily hiding it, but just trying to put a lot of color and pictures and stuff in it. That's, for me, not the way to go. I know it's easy to get caught up in all of the really nice and pretty spreads and layouts that people do in their own bullet journals, but it's just not realistic, especially as a beginner. Even now, I find that I still don't really like using color or drawing that much, and that's just due to me starting out being simple, just trying really simple spreads and ideas, and working with different things later on and finding kind of my own style in bullet journaling, I guess. And if you do want to use pictures and colors and everything like that, that is fine, go for it, but just don't let that stop you. If you feel like you can't do it or it's not as good as someone else's, don't let that discourage you. That's just like in anything, life lesson right here. Don't compare yourself to other people and what they're doing. I've said it before and I will say it again. Find what works for you. Okay, so those are my 5 tips. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Please let me know if there are any other videos that you would like to see from me this year. I'm still planning on keeping up with my bullet journaling videos. That's not going anywhere. But it's a new year and I really want to know what you guys think. And I really just want some more like ideas, I guess, for videos that you want to see from me in the future. So I believe that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to check out my bullet journaling playlist. I will leave a link at the end of the video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.